Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Sarmiento. I'm studying economics at Catholic University. And in this opportunity, we feel very proud to be here to present to you the business model of BienPlaneado. We have all attended to parties, marriages, baby shower, and nowadays there are even a happily divorced parties. And the houses in which the events takes place look always amazing. Now, imagine all that time and resources to find that house, that perfect house, to coordinate whether it has a beautiful garden, a pool, the capacity of a room, and then when you find it and you call the owner, he says, I'm sorry, it's not available. Definitely, it's a problem, and we know about it because we have had the opportunity to organize different events, and because of those bad experiences, we investigate more about the market. We found out that there wasn't a specialized place that has the best houses for events, that present clear and organized information, and at the same time, was simple. So we validated if the people wanted a platform that simplifies the search of houses. This was our first hypothesis, and we decided to use the Canvas methodology to show it. Initially, we had 3 interviews with local event planners, and we used that input to create a survey for 43 people with 0 cost. The results changed our mindset on how we were looking at our business, because the 96% of the respondents made a lot of emphasis that the problem to find a house is just the tip of the iceberg. The other big issue was really finding the other services that assure a great event. We learned that for each rented house, other 4 services are requested. So this showed us that a bigger market with a bigger demand was in front of our eyes. In 90% of the cases, the clients didn't have reference. They didn't know how to be sure if the service that they will receive will be like the photo that they saw in Facebook. And the search is even more tedious and complex. We understood that our first hypothesis needed to change. We pivoted and changed it to people wanted a platform that adds value to the search of houses and services for event. Now, our clients are people that also needed complementary services, and we had to adjust our value proposition. With $0, we made 221 interviews with very positive results. Everything looked great, and the only we needed was to find a great suppliers to have them as key partners.
Now, things got very interesting at this point, and we got to experience the fun of validating on the field, because we made 12 surveys with service providers and with 4 entrepreneurs. We had some interviews with them, and we found out that they even had more problems than we did. And the worst part was that their problems could affect our clients. They didn't know where to find more customers. They didn't know what their customers preferred. And in most cases, the only key performance indicator they were looking at was the sales. So at this point, we stopped talking about parties at all. We were talking about people, about entrepreneurs just like us who are offering services and that have no clue how to reach their clients. And that is why they're always struggling with selling their services. They have limited clients, they don't know how to invest efficiently in publicity, and they have poor customer information. So, with all of these validations and with this new approach, we developed BienPlaneado, the marketplace. So, we don't sell events or parties anymore, we sell connections. And we connect users of our platform with suppliers. So for us, the users are the people who are planning events, and the suppliers are our clients because they pay us to be in our platform. They are suppliers for the services in this event. So on one hand, we offer to the users high quality services and a great variety of options, while surfing through an agile and simple online platform where they can read reviews from people just like them who requested the same services for similar events. And on the other hand, we offer to our clients, the service providers, a growing customer network to know firsthand what their customers want and need. And thanks to statistics, the opportunity to learn and develop their businesses in a more efficient way. So now, with all of this, the only thing we need to do is to validate the relationship between them and the channels to approach both groups. That is why we developed a prototype to test the flow and the usability for the users and the clients. And because we have a computer engineer in the team, this costed us $0. With the learnings of that first prototype, we designed a second, third, and even fourth version of it. And we only had to pay $20 for an internet domain. So, not only did we test these prototypes, but we also made some workshops for 5 small local service providers in marketing and finances. And they were able to increase their sales and profit. So this also showed us that there is a true opportunity to help these people develop their business. So with all of these iterations, we reinforced our canvas, and now we had to find some key partners. And thanks to early stages in this competition and to the recommendations from the mentors who approached us also in this competition, we realized that there is a huge opportunity to work with consolidated companies like Airbnb that has over 200 houses, potential houses to have events in, or Bacchus with a great logistic to supply, for example, beer shops or so many other products to different events. We will complement our activities with theirs, and we will use their know-how as key resources. So now, our revenue stream also changed as a product of all of these iterations. And we went from 1 type of subscription to 4 types. Because this is what the clients will pay us to be in our platform. So we realized that each of them had a different necessity, and we wanted them to choose what fits best for them. And also we want them to grow with us through our different packages: free, entrepreneur, go professional, and premium. Our second revenue stream is publicity. So now imagine if you were a beverage supplier and you knew exactly what the favorite drink was for people from 18 to 25 years old. Imagine how you could use that information. So thanks to our databases and to our internet, we will be able to transform all of that data into useful information for the clients. And finally, we have an efficient cost structure that supports it all. Now, none of this would make sense if we didn't take a look at the size of the market. So only in Peru, people spend over $280 million in the events industry. And $11 million of this come from publicity from these suppliers. So by the 5th year, we want to change 10% of that expense into revenue for us. And by 10%, I mean $1 million in the 5th year. And also we want to have 40% of the total transactions going in the market going through our platform. And because our model is scalable, we aim to reach in the next couple of years to different countries in the region. I didn't want to finish the presentation without presenting you the amazing team I'm part of. We are Jose, Francisco, Aaron Sarmiento, Roy Verde, and who speaks Gabriela Saldana. We come from different backgrounds and experiences, but what we all have in common is that we've all been there. We've all been clients and users. Thank you.
So this must be a Peru thing, because there's no way I would rent my house out in the United States for a party. So this is a real thing? People really do this?
Yes,
Okay.
I just want to show you yeah, I just want to show you. So we are actually doing this in an improvised way. There is a Facebook page called El Buen Dato, which translates as the good tip, and it's basically Yelp. So people would request houses and services and stuff like that on a Facebook page. So this is very inefficient, and what you do is basically ask, does somebody rent a big chocolate fountain? Can I get a house to make my marriage in? So people would always write on this Facebook page and ask for recommendations of if somebody know anyone who could do this. So this is just the result from the past 3 days. 70% of the requests on this Facebook page are referred to houses and services.
So this is a marketplace, and it's always the chicken and the egg, right? You either have the supply, which are the houses and the locations, and then you have also the users. Have you started validating this model by saying, would you enter this platform? Like, because if you don't have the houses, you won't have users.
Right.
And if you launch a lot of houses and eventually you don't have enough users, the houses will say, well, look what, I'm going to keep using Facebook.
Right.
So one thing in any marketplace is start validating as soon as possible your business model. And I don't know if you've done that.
Okay, so remember that we're not talking only about houses anymore, okay? We're about other services. So for any supplier that has services, right? So right now we have 300 suppliers who are waiting our platform to be launched. And because we have such a good experience of the user, because we've tested it, we've validated it with different iterations, with mock-ups and different platforms. We even paid to have an internet domain to test it like online. People are very happy with it. And we've had a lot of interviews with them. And yeah, well, they're expecting us.
How many events have you organized so far?
So without this, right?
Yeah, just with your Facebook page. Or
Okay, so this all started because, well, Jose here had to organize his prom party. He graduated from law school, and it didn't happen because they couldn't find, it's very disappointing, but they couldn't find a house and the services to make it all happen. So it all started with that. It started with this party, but as soon as we got into the market, we realized that there was more needs than just that.
Okay, because a recommendation would be if you have a Facebook page, you have a name, you have a list of suppliers and houses, just start organizing the parties and see
Right.
how it works. So if they wreck the house, if the house survives, so you have a lot of things that could happen when you start executing.
Right.
The other question is, again, back to the point of Fernando, for a provider to be in the platform, it needs to see a lot of users inside the platform.
Yeah.
And what I see is like, as a user, you're gonna use it once, right? Because how many parties are you gonna organize a year? And the repetition of and use, how are you gonna add that critical mass of users that the providers need to
Okay,
see?
yes. Well, we have a recommendation system that works for both the user and the client. And to the point of the events, it's not just me celebrating my birthday party. It's me wanting my friends to come over and, the page recommends me, because of cross-selling that we use, it recommends me cupcakes for my party. Or I'm looking for somebody who does the catering and it recommends me a DJ, so I can start adding people to it.
So thank you for BienPlaneado team. That's a great question and answer.